one Israeli general, it's also a day to remember God's protection on the battlefield. It happened during the 1973 Yom Kippur War. Chris Mitchell has the story.
You won't believe what's happening in Israel right now. Is it a divine sign? Have the heavens opened up? Reports are swirling about a celestial vision appearing above Israeli forces, leaving both sides awestruck. Could this be the Archangel Michael himself, answering prayers and protecting the Holy Land? Stay tuned, because we're diving into the details, the theories, and the potential implications of this earth-shattering event right now. The global community has been closely following the situation in Gaza, with widespread concern and support for the Palestinian people. Cities around the world, from Madrid to New York, have seen peaceful protests, calling for a ceasefire and the restoration of peace in the region. Despite this, there has been an underlying motive behind certain violent acts, particularly the October 7th attack, which was aimed at targeting and exterminating Jews. Amidst these geopolitical conflicts, the emergence of Archangel Michael is seen as a powerful confirmation of God's protection over Israel. The Jewish people, despite enduring centuries of dispersion and persecution, have survived numerous attempts to annihilate them. From Babylonians to anti-Jewish riots in the 19th century, to attacks from Queen Isabella and Hitler, the Jewish people have persevered, showcasing a remarkable endurance. Recent years have witnessed a restoration of the nation of Israel, accompanied by divine blessings. The Jewish population in Israel has surged by an astounding 7,700% in just 100 years due to mass Jewish immigration. Despite the complexities of geopolitical relations in the Middle East, there have been reported celestial visions above Israeli armored vehicles, resembling a swarm of angels. This extraordinary event not only energized Israeli troops, but also instilled fear in their adversaries, serving as a sign of God's intervention and protection. Archangel Michael, a significant messenger to humanity and an angelic protector, plays a crucial role in safeguarding Israel. Eyewitnesses have reported these celestial visions, reinforcing the belief that God has not forsaken his promised land. Michael is considered an archangel and a pure spirit created by God. His presence has been interpreted as a divine shield, symbolizing God's intervention during critical junctures in the Middle East. Expanding on the history of Israel's birth, it's essential to recognize the unique challenges the nation has faced. Despite being a relatively young country, Israel has endured significant adversities. The geopolitical landscape in the Middle East has been tumultuous, with conflicts and tensions shaping the region. However, the resilience of the Israeli people and their enduring protection over the ages, as symbolized by the celestial visions, showcase a profound connection to their faith and history. Archangel Michael's role in providing divine protection adds a spiritual dimension to Israel's story. In various cultures and religions, Archangel Michael is regarded as a powerful and benevolent figure. Known as a warrior angel, Michael is often depicted as the defender of the faithful and a symbol of strength against evil forces. His appearance in the skies above South Carolina, as witnessed by Corey Heron, adds a supernatural aspect to the ongoing geopolitical events. The global community's attention on the situation in Gaza and the widespread support for the Palestinian cause reflect the complexities of the Middle East. Amidst these complexities, the emergence of celestial visions and the belief in Archangel Michael's presence underscore the intertwining of faith, history, and geopolitics in the region. The continuous blessings and protection over Israel, as witnessed through the centuries, invite contemplation on the spiritual significance of the nation and its role in global events. The recent events surrounding the appearance of Archangel Michael in the skies above South Carolina have sparked profound reflections on the enduring protection of Israel. In May 1948, shortly after the establishment of Israel, 5 Arab armies, Egypt, Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, and Iraq, launched an invasion against the newly formed state. The Arab rulers believed victory would be swift, as Israel was perceived to be virtually defenseless. However, the Jewish militias, with their strength and determination, inflicted a humiliating defeat upon the Arab armies. This demonstrated that Israel's defense was more formidable than anticipated. Moving forward to the Six-Day War in 1967, Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and later Iraq once again attacked Israel with the aim of obliterating it from the map. Despite the odds stacked against them in terms of armor, aircraft, and troops, Israel made a preemptive strike to decimate the Arab air forces. The war concluded with Israel acquiring significant territories, including the Sinai Peninsula, the Golan Heights, Gaza, the West Bank, and the entirety of Jerusalem for the first time in 2,500 years. The rapid military defeat of the Arab armies was attributed in part to the lack of coordination among Arab states, and Bible scholars perceive this defeat as a divine preparation for Christ's millennial rule from Jerusalem. In October 1973, on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, Egyptian and Syrian forces launched a coordinated attack against Israel. Despite the element of surprise and heavy losses, Israel, with urgent assistance from the United States, once again emerged victorious. This victory highlighted the evident assistance that the God of Israel provided even when they were unprepared. In December 2016, an unusual storm cloud composed of dust and rain acted as a barrier between Israel and ISIS. Reports suggested that the storm ceased at the border of Syria and couldn't enter Israel's Golan Heights area. Many believed that God intervened to prevent ISIS from infiltrating Israel's borders. Looking into the future, there are examples of God's protection, such as the imminent Gog and Magog war against Israel, demonstrating that God continues to safeguard his people. However, it's crucial to note that divine protection is sometimes conditional. In the past, when the nation of Israel turned away from their God, promises of protection seemed not to apply, resulting in their dispersion throughout the nations for approximately 2,500 years. Today, a similar scenario exists, as the majority of Israel's 8 million inhabitants do not recognize Jesus as their promised Messiah. According to prophecy, it appears that Israel will undergo a period of great tribulation in the near future until they recognize their true Messiah. The history of Israel is marked by instances where they have overcome seemingly impossible challenges and emerged victorious. While acknowledging their strength and perseverance, it is challenging to ignore the role of divine intervention. Archangel Michael, often referred to as Saint Michael in Christian traditions, plays a significant and revered role in religious and spiritual beliefs. The name Michael means, "who is like God," reflecting his role as a mighty warrior and servant of the divine. The first mention of Archangel Michael can be found in the book of Daniel, where the prophet Daniel has a vision of a heavenly being, identified as the Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel reveals the spiritual resistance he encountered while trying to persuade the Persian king Cyrus to allow the Jewish people to return to Israel. In this spiritual battle, the prince of the kingdom of the Persians opposed Gabriel for 21 days. At this point, Michael, one of the chief princes, comes to Gabriel's aid against the Persian king, highlighting the collaborative nature of spiritual forces. Archangel Michael's role as a defender and protector is further emphasized in various religious texts. In Christian traditions, Michael is often depicted as leading the heavenly armies against the forces of evil. The book of Revelation describes Michael and his angels waging war against the dragon, representing evil and ultimately prevailing. The concept of Archangel Michael providing protection to Israel is not limited to historical events, but extends to contemporary beliefs. Many see instances, such as the unusual storm cloud in 2016, as manifestations of divine intervention and Michael's protective presence. The belief in Archangel Michael's involvement in the triumphs of the nation adds a spiritual dimension to Israel's history and ongoing challenges. The holy Archangel Michael emerges once again, this time in a prophetic vision foretelling the end of the world, as mentioned in Daniel 12:1. This marks the first time we see Michael portrayed as the protector of the people of Israel, safeguarding them from their enemies. Although his name is not mentioned again in the Old Testament, a direct reference to him can be found in the letter of St. Jude. Here, Michael is connected to an event that occurred immediately after the death of Moses, involving a dispute over his body. According to Jewish tradition, Michael is seen as the protector of Moses' body. However, Michael's most memorable appearance in the Bible is in the book of Revelation. In this book, he is depicted as the leader of a heavenly army, casting down a great dragon onto the earth. This powerful portrayal shows Michael as a formidable warrior, striking down Satan and casting the evil serpent out of heaven once and for all. These scripture passages make it clear that Michael was sent to earth as a protector and warrior, possessing the power to defeat Satan and assist in safeguarding us from our spiritual enemies. Yet, Michael's role goes beyond these dramatic events. He continues his mission of being present and protecting God's people, both in general and the people of Israel in particular. Throughout history, Michael has been known as the champion of every faithful soul engaged in strife against the forces of evil. Holy Scripture portrays him as the special guardian of the children of Israel, providing comfort and protection during times of sorrow or conflict. For example, Michael plays a significant role in preparing for the return of the children of Israel from the Persian captivity when the prophet Daniel prays for that favor. He also leads the valiant Maccabees to victory in battle after the prayer of Judas Maccabeus. Since its foundation by Jesus Christ, the Church has revered Saint Michael as her special patron and protector. His name is invoked in the Confiteor, where the Church acknowledges her faults, and she calls upon him to accompany her children in the hour of death. Furthermore, Michael is chosen as their guide from the purifying flames of purgatory to the realms of holy light. As prophesied in Scripture, when Antichrist establishes his kingdom on earth, it will be Michael who raises the banner of the cross once more to protect the children of God during those challenging days. This prophecy offers assurance that the great Prince Michael will rise to defend God's children. One notable historical account of Archangel Michael's intervention occurred during the plague in Rome in the 6th century. Pope Gregory the Great witnessed a vision of Saint Michael during this devastating time. In the vision, the Archangel was seen sheathing his flaming sword, symbolizing the end of the scourge afflicting the city. In gratitude for the assistance provided by Saint Michael, a church was built in 608 as an expression of thanks. Throughout history, there have been numerous accounts and interactions with the Holy Archangel Michael. While it is challenging to determine the veracity of these interactions, they have left a lasting impact on the faith and beliefs of many. One of the most well-known historical interactions involves Joan of Arc, a young peasant girl from France who claimed to have received divine guidance from Archangel Michael. Joan of Arc's story is captivating, as she asserted that Archangel Michael, along with Saint Catherine and Saint Margaret, appeared to her, instructing her to support Charles VII and help him claim the French throne. Joan's unwavering conviction and military successes led to Charles VII being crowned king. However, her eventual capture and trial by the English resulted in her being burned at the stake. Despite her tragic end, Joan of Arc's devotion to Archangel Michael and her actions have left an indelible mark on history. Joan of Arc, a young girl from France, began receiving visions at the tender age of 13. In these visions, she claimed to see and hear voices of saints, including Saint Michael, Saint Catherine of Alexandria, and Saint Margaret. Joan firmly believed that these heavenly beings were sent by God to guide her in a crucial mission, to support the rightful claim of the Dauphin, future King Charles II to the French throne. Among these celestial guides, Archangel Michael played a prominent role in Joan's visions. She described Michael as a shining figure in armor, carrying a sword and a banner. Michael encouraged and advised her, instructing Joan to lead the French army against the English occupiers and to raise the siege of Orleans, a turning point in the 100 Years' War. Joan's unwavering conviction and belief in her divine mission inspired the French troops, and she was able to rally support, leading them to several important victories. Her successes, including lifting the siege of Orleans and the coronation of Charles II at Reims, significantly impacted the war's outcome. Another noteworthy interaction with Archangel Michael occurred in Chon, Ecuador, in 1822. During this time, a young girl named Juana Lopez, while collecting water from a well, claimed to have an apparition of Archangel Michael. According to local accounts, Michael performed miracles and conveyed messages of spiritual significance during this alleged apparition. The impact of this event was profound, sparking strong devotion to the Archangel in the local community. A chapel, known as the Chapel of Archangel Michael, was built at the site of the apparition to honor Michael. Over time, this chapel became a place of pilgrimage and prayer, attracting visitors seeking spiritual blessings and intercession. The Chapel of Archangel Michael in Chon not only remained significant in the local area, but also gained widespread devotion throughout Ecuador and neighboring countries. Today, it continues to attract visitors who believe in the miraculous intervention of the Archangel. Beyond these specific instances, there are numerous stories, including the Battle of Lechfeld, the vision of Pope Leo I, the apparition at Harava, and more, confirming that Archangel Michael has repeatedly shown up in places other than Israel to provide support and motivation. The presence of Archangel Michael extends beyond specific historical events and interactions. Many believe that angels, including Archangel Michael, are still among us, watching over and guiding individuals. The term angel itself means messenger, and when angels are present, it is believed to be for a specific purpose. Throughout history, people have reported encounters with angels, bringing messages of hope, providing comfort, serving, carrying out judgment, and offering praise to God. Some may be aware of these angelic meetings, while others may have unknowingly encountered angels in various forms. God's angels, including Archangel Michael, are seen as guardians tasked with ensuring our well-being and preventing harm from befalling us. The promise described in the Psalms, "I am sending an angel ahead of you to guard you along the way and to bring you to the place I have prepared," was made to the Israelites, assuring them of guidance and protection throughout their journey to the promised land of Canaan. Importantly, angels in the Old Testament are not only sent to protect, but also to assist in inheriting God's kingdom fully. They are considered servants of God, carrying out His will and working for our ultimate good. In the book of Hebrews, it is emphasized that angels are ministering spirits sent to serve those who will receive salvation through faith in Jesus Christ. Salvation in this context entails deliverance from sin and its consequences. Therefore, angels, including Archangel Michael, play a significant role in God's plan for our redemption. In the Psalms, the psalmist praises God's excellent majesty and universal dominion, acknowledging the angels who obediently carry out His bidding and intervene on behalf of His people. This recognition of the role of angels in God's grand design emphasizes their importance in the spiritual realm and their ongoing presence in our lives. The Bible encourages us to be kind and friendly to strangers, because sometimes they could be messengers of God. Treating everyone with respect is crucial, as we may not know if they have been sent by God to help or protect us. Even though we may not fully understand God's plans, we can trust that they are part of His good and perfect will. Angels are not just protectors, they are powerful beings who continuously praise and adore the Lord around his throne. This understanding gives us a glimpse of a different dimension of angels, recognizing that they are more than mere guardians. God's nature remains constant throughout time, and his power and presence continue to work in our lives. We can have confidence in his ability to act in mighty and miraculous ways because he never changes. Scripture reveals that while the enemy seeks to bring about evil, God promises good. Satan, once the highest of all angels, was cast out due to excessive pride and a desire to be worshipped above God, taking 1/3 of the angels with him. These fallen angels are the dark spiritual forces we face today. Being aware that the enemy can disguise himself as an angel to lead us into destructive traps is crucial. Living with discernment is essential, but we can take comfort in God's promise to assist us as we strive to honor him and walk wisely in life. Even when we are unaware of our needs or impending disasters, God knows the way. He actively works behind the scenes, providing words of hope, protecting his children, addressing our needs, and bringing justice and mercy to our world. His purpose is to draw us closer to himself and encourage us to live wisely and fully devoted to him. While his interventions may not always be immediately evident, God consistently works on our behalf, whether we recognize it or not. Acknowledging the presence of a spiritual realm around us is vital. May God grant us clear vision to perceive the presence of angels among us and witness the ongoing miracles he performs even in our present day. As for the belief that God could appear in angelic form, some individuals interpret Exodus 33:19 to represent God himself appearing in angelic form. This angel, speaking with the authority of God, proclaims his name and declares acts of mercy and compassion. The presence that accompanied the children of Israel, identified as both the Lord and the angel of God, holds a unique position among ordinary angels, as God's very name is within him. This angel possesses the power to forgive sins, a capability exclusive to God alone. Throughout the Israelites' journey from Egypt to the Promised Land, the angel of the Lord personally guided them. The appearance of an angel in a glorious cloud suggests that it might be the angel of the Lord, who many Christians believe to be Jesus Christ before his incarnation in later history. In the Old Testament, God showed his presence through a visible glowing cloud, symbolizing his glory. Israel was guided by a pillar of fire and a cloud, and in the New Testament, Jesus often had a similar cloud accompanying him. Revelation 17 describes his coming with clouds visible to all, including those who pierced him. When the Apostle John saw Jesus ascend into heaven, he was clothed in a cloud. Jeremiah also writes about the appearance of clouds in relation to God. Considering what the Bible reveals about angels, it seems plausible that Christ, in the form of an angel, came to earth in the Old Testament. He represented the greatest angel, serving as a reminder of God's faithfulness. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date.